showing our hands and just compete. You know, just be present, compete.
Really appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Kev.
Here comes Edwards. He's jousting with Vassell. The rebound by Castle.
Kevin, to your point about second chance, fast breaks points, Spurs 8 fast break points, 1 for 6. It's just a concerted effort of Minnesota, understanding as Castle gets the early foul.
Picked up his third, and Castle at the line for the Spurs.
And a big hands, and because of that, he's at the free throw line.
15, we've had 6 lead changes, 3 ties, and Minnesota Timberwolves led at one time by 4. It's Edwards with 19. He'll dance on Fox and fade away again, and the rebound by Castle.
And that's back-to-back mid-range shots for Anthony Edwards to start this half.
It's Vassell, who will take it on top, and Rudy is out there to defend. Wembanyama in the opposite corner. Across the lane, Castle with a nice move, a duck and a lean. A lot of contact, no call made, but they control the offensive rebound, and it's Vassell again. Working on Gobert, baseline Fox, into 2, ball deflected, Edwards has it. Dosunmu on the fly, on the wing Randall. Into Castle, out to Edwards, in the corner, and they'll work it around. It's Dosunmu with a 3 and a Champagny rebound.
This turns out to be a pretty defensive half to start in the second half, as both teams are doing a great job of closing off the corners, something they struggled with.
Wembanyama tried to get it and then was shoved and retaken at the other end by the Spurs. And Castle sets, fires 3, good.
Looking at them every time. This is the second round of the playoffs. It's going to get more physical, and the refs are allowing you to get away with a little bit extra.
McDaniels rattles out. Dosunmu parachutes in, gets the ball. Gobert converts for...
Team led the NBA in field goal percentage in the regular season, 5 of 5, 10 points. Nice little floater.
Second chance points for Minnesota, 16-4, wide open. It's Wembanyama finally hitting from outside. He had struggled a 15. And from 3 now, 1 of 2 this evening.
Wemby didn't have to show up Rudy like that. Rudy hit a 12-footer, and then Wemby gonna come back and shoot a 35-foot.
Look at the holding inside with Gobert.
A foul call right there.
Randall takes it, kicks it. With 5 to fire, McDaniels is... Gobert set the screen on the handoff to McDaniels. Works his way into the defense of Champagny.
Quietly putting together, a solid performance. He's the one guy that they know can get his shot off. Vassell shoots a long 3. He's the one guy that can get his shot off versus anybody that's on the floor. Even Wemby, he shoots shots in the paint over Wemby, and so Jaden McDaniels is a guy that they're definitely going to need to get going down the stretch.
Here comes Randall. Champagny is there, and across the lane, leaning in, pulls the trigger, got the miss, shot on the play, down Wembanyama. And Wembanyama will find Castle. It's Devin Vassell, wide open lane, wow!
Woo. Oh my goodness.
Did you see Wemby start the offense and then get a flare screen? I know Shaq somewhere, either smiling or hating for sure, because you see a big guy doing everything you wanted to do.
Edwards will work his way, snaking for 2 as he'll go in a congested lane. Here's Fox. Champagny, it's a 3. He's in his postseason. Reed around the screen. Nas sets up his triple. Good.
Off the break is...
How about that?
People forget.
And they're going to need that. They're going to need more depth from Fox getting downhill, putting that pressure on the rim.
San Antonio has now missed 7 free throws tonight. Reed. Good pocket pass on the fly, Edwards. Edwards with 23.
Ant doing a good job passing and cutting. The hardest thing if you're a superstar, you gotta continue to move off of the ball.
Penny in the corner, it's a 3, and a Gobert rebound.
Yeah, he allowed for San Antonio to deny him last game when he was off the ball. And so just great recognition right there by Ant-Man, not to stay still and get the back up. Big 3 by Ayo.
Dosunmu drills the three. Vassell other end. He knocks in a triple.
Well, from downtown as both teams struggled in the first half from beyond the arc.
McDaniels comes a three.
Each other not set on the defensive end of the floor. They're taking advantage of the opportunity to score quickly.
Fox twisting, firing, no. Rebound, hustle play. Vassell vacuums it in. Fox, three, yes. Timeout taken. Back in three different players. Shannon is in. Now to Edwards. Cutting his read on top Gobert. And Cornette comes out on him. Dylan Harper's in. Screen by Gobert. Step back three by Edwards. Rebound Gobert. Volleyballs up at Vassell. Will take it the other way for the Spurs. Castle. Nice hesitation to set up. And set the offense. 5.5 to play in the third.
And you're going to see a lot of offense run through Vassell right here with Wemby out of the game.
Foul. Gobert shoves players at two more difficult defensive assignments. Here's Cornette over Gobert and gets it to go.
And he's done a great job. You cannot shut down, you cannot stop Jokic or Wemby, but Rudy has done a great job, and I think this has been a great playoff series defensively for him, for all the naysayers.
Reed with a nice little shake and big move to get two inside with an offhand.
And Reed and Randall have really taken advantage of that middle of the floor ISO above the break where it's tough for the defense to double.
Under 5 to go here in the third. Driving is the second overall pick in the draft, Dylan Harper. Castle sets, fires, three, no. Rebound, and 11th one for Edwards, who's got a double-double. Reed by Cornette on the wing. McDaniels deflected by the ever-present Harper. And he's down and hurt. 4 on 5. It's Vassell and Cornette and Castle. And a timeout taken by San Antonio as Dylan Harper is still down. Oh, and a shot.
Now game 3, we don't like you. Though it's like that little push and shove shows me that like I'm just getting tired of you. You're frustrating me a lot. I like it.
Wembanyama. And in Texas, if necessary. A couple beauties there by Wembanyama.
Wemby has literally changed every parent, every coach that has a tall kid, how they train. You now got to come off away screens and make a play as a 7'4" guy.
Shannon to the cutting Dosunmu. A couple Illinois players with teammates, a miss. And it's Harper on the gallop. After he was down, he's knocked away the cobwebs. He works into Dosunmu, and a foul is pretty significant. As big as any individual.
27 points, career high. Let's see what he can do. He's close pick and working himself into this game.
Just getting this experience, like VJ over in Philly as well, getting this experience as a young guy to be able to play in these environments and in these games. You know, we heard Brian say the other day about Bronny, a regular season game, you can never get nervous for a game from that standpoint because you played in the most intense possessions in the playoffs.
Double contest shots, it causes a lot of problems for offenses.
Candace, Wemby arms are beat up.
Knocked away by Gobert.
Man, you can just look at Wemby's arm. A lot of physicality has been pushed towards that young man.
Vassell the miss, rebound Reed, down court Shannon, the hesitation with Edwards with it. Edwards with 23 and a double-double, splits the defense, takes it in, and on the move, got the deuce.
Right there, Edwards with 2 draped all over him, still is able to get the ball to go. I love Edwards playing out of that mid-range spot. I'd like to see him get the ball. It's not as much energy to score from there.
Castle bulldozing inside. That's a foul.